Yeah. Oh man, it is another Sunday, and
yes, sir.
And Taco Bell is still trash. You know what I'm saying?
Here we go.
Yeah,
Says the guy that eats Arby's.
Yeah. You're right, Jones. You're right. And being as it may, we are also a part of the number one hip hop podcast in the world, man.
That's right.
And we just so happen to call that thing banging
on
lunch tables. Yeah, now I'm camping the fort.
It's your boy Mike Jones.
And we are still available at all your usual suspect platforms, like of course Audio Boom. Now it's a new home. We're part of the What Digital. And we are also at Google Play, Spotify.
Yes, sir.
And also, hey, Apple Podcasts, and with all the episodes uploading.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we finally got it fixed. So thank you to everybody that was extremely patient. We ran into some technical difficulties with the RSS feed, just not taking and loading, and that was complete BS. But I'm happy to say that we have that fixed. And now all of our episodes up until last week's episodes are officially up and live for you to peruse and view with your ears, of course, because we don't have video yet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we back with that heat for you, man.
Yeah. And man, hey, listen, I just want to, I want to say a couple things. We were having a great fast food conversation. I think this is cool to just kind of just kick off the show, just like softball the show a little bit. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I want to make it clear that I even though I'm not an advocate for fast food, I was trying to get something very quick before we started the show. And I did stop to Wendy's and get a Baconator. You know what I'm saying? But I did not get American cheese, Jones. I got Asiago cheese on my Baconator because I am not a fucking peasant, okay?
Fancy ass Negro.
Yeah, absolutely. I do not destroy my body by putting American cheese in it. I encourage all of you to do the same. I think that's very important.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But Jones,
of course.
You know what I'm saying? But Jones is a taco hell eater, and that is I pray for him every time that he goes, because that's difficult. That's a difficult thing to just deal with. I would guess. I mean, my digestive system is wow. Like I don't know. I probably would die. Like literally. At this time, I've been detoxed of that trash, that basura so much. I'm so far removed from it that it would probably be a bad thing. I don't understand how you do it, Jones.
Bro, this is coming from the guy that eats Arby's and is excited that they give out coupons to eat multiple sandwiches.
Yeah, absolutely.
No,
hey Jones, you know why? because my chicken sandwiches are hot with bacon and cheese, and that is also not American cheese, and there's not like a trace of bacteria and made up bullshit from Taco Hell. Like that. Yeah, hey, listen, somebody has to explain to me why Arby's is so bad, because like, hey, no place is trash that sells curly fries, Jones. Like none. The fact that curly fries are being made means the place is not trash. You can dislike it, but it's not trash.
Bro, like I told you off mic, you can buy the curly fries at Walmart. There's literally a Walmart everywhere in the world. Mm-hmm. You can get curly fries, those specific Arby's curly fries. So you don't even have to take yourself to that trash restaurant to do that. You can make you a chicken sandwich and make the curly fries, get the same experience. And you're good to go.
Jones, you're absolutely right, Jones.
Literally get a better experience.
You know what? Hey, you know what? and you're possibly right, Jones. But I want to tell you. I want to ask you this, Jones. They have the Taco Hell products available in your grocer too. Do you buy any of them? Right. Do you buy any of them though?
I might buy the hot sauce, and that's about it.
I mean, you don't want to get those fresh tortillas, Jones. You don't want to get the sauce and the fucking and the seasoning. That's the Taco Hell seasoning. Don't you want to sprinkle a hell on your ground beef? Like, don't you want that?
Hey, man, don't disrespect my tacos, man.
Hey, listen, hey. Hey, listen,
That's
man,
cool for somebody else to make.
Hey, hey, yeah, you're right. Hey, it's peasant shit, ain't it? To buy the Taco Hell ingredients and to make them at the crib, huh? It is. Yeah, it is.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? If I'm gonna make authentic tacos, I'm not reaching for the Taco Bell seasoning. I'm sorry, I just ain't gonna do it.
And you should not willingly pull up into a drive-through at any hour of the day and request it to be made either by some kid who can't count change $4.20 back to you in order to get some fucking trash ass food. You know, like. Everything about
man.
Taco
that's
Hell.
Disrespectful, man.
Yeah, Taco Hell is so garbage that even the people that like it won't buy the ingredients for their home. That's all that needs to be said. Like, hey, listen, it's fine if y'all don't like Arby's, but you'll buy the curly fries because the thing is, if you aren't willing to buy the ingredients for Taco Hell food to make it in your house, that means that you know it's such a bad decision that you don't even want to be responsible from start to finish. That's what it means.
Yeah. Okay.
But hey,
like you kind of got a point, but I still got to disagree off GP.
Yeah, I mean, hey, and you know what? Hey, and Jones, you know what? Because after you commit the crime, you can't go back to the scene and be like, man, what happened? You just got to get ghost, and you got to just be like, hey, man. I heard it was a murder on 16th. I mean, you can go over there and look. I'm not going back. You know, I'm not going back. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, you do your thing. So
that's hilarious.
I totally understand it. See, I can talk bad about Taco Hell because it's almost, I feel about that how Umar Johnson feels about black men dating white women. Like, you just more than likely you will never ever see me indulging in that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like just like Dr. Umar Johnson said, you'll never see me with a white woman at any time because it's the greatest mistake in the world. Like, that's how I feel about Taco Hell. Like, it's like, yeah, you know what? You could do that, but like I would question your like I would question your digestive tract. I would question your dietary habits. You know what I'm saying? Just like he would question. That is hilarious. Just like he would question your whiteness for dating a woman of European or Italian descent. I will do the same to your digestive tract for ordering Taco Hell and eating it all. You know what I'm saying?
All right. So just to make this clear, you will see the school that Dr. Umar is going to have built before we see Cam from the port at a Taco Bell.
Yeah. Oh, that's a fact. That's a fact. Yeah. Like the only way that you'll definitely see me at a Taco Hell is if I am picking up a friend from work because times are hard. That's it.
Okay.
I'll be like, yeah, it's like for instance, like if one of my homies or like, you know, a cousin of mine, like a young cousin had a new job and he was like, man, you know, I'm working at Taco Hell, but I'm like, hey man, it's a honest dollar, man. Get off the streets, you know what I'm saying? That's cool. Like that, like, and if you see me out in the parking lot, hey, you okay? I thought you had Taco Bell. Hey nigga, I do. I'm here picking up somebody. Shut up. You know what I'm saying?
That's funny as hell.
Yeah, that would be my thing. I'm like, hey, no, fam, ain't no bag in here. I have no receipt. I'm here to pick up a person. Leave me the fuck alone.
Nah,
you know what I'm saying?
Nah, man, it's a burrito supreme in there, fam. I know it is.
It's Supreme these nuts. Like, it is not fucking anything in there. That will never happen.
Oh, man. That's hilarious.
Well, man, hey, we've had our good fast food talk, man. I guess it is time to start the show.
Hey, let's go.
Banging on lunch tables.
You damn right.
Happy anniversary to Camron Sports, Drugs, and Entertainment, a.k.a. SDE. Yes. It turned 20 years old, Jones, on September 19th of 2000.
Hey, okay.
Yeah, man. I think this is a dope album. I will, unlike I think it was last week's episode, I will not jump out the window and call this album classic or say it's a classic or it should be a classic now. I won't say any of that. But I do have a new angle that I want to talk about for the album, Jones, as soon as I let you speak to it. I was in 2000. I was already a Camron fan. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, Confessions of Fire, I thought it was a good album. Again, you know what I'm saying? Like, my favorite song on the Confessions of Fire album is Shanghai, to be specific. And so when SDE dropped and Let Me Know was the first song that he released the the video for and all that, and he had the jacket, the leather jacket with all the sports teams on there. I was like, yo, first of all, I want that jacket. That shit is hard. And I was like, man, Camron is back, and he rapping a little different. I was like, yo, I know I'm going to purchase this album. I'll admit, Jones, the first couple listens, I did like some songs, but I didn't really fuck with a lot of this album. But it definitely it grows on me, and it has some super dope moments. And I wasn't expecting it to be as pivotal to the career and the success of Camron until the rest of the 2000s play out. So. For me, Jones, this album started off as okay. I know I do fuck with these. I fuck with these like 7 joints right here. But overall, like, I wasn't overly impressed. But I'm still on the Camron board. Like this is still dope. Like I still think he's a dope MC, dope rapper, and I'm still bought into everything that is Camron when SDE plays. After I buy ST. Damn, Jesus Christ. SDE and listen to it.
Right. I'll say this, man. By the time SDE comes around, I'm starting to pay attention to Camron, right?
Okay.
Because at first on Confessions of Fire, I wasn't really big on him. I really thought like he was like a diet Mace. And anybody
and Mace, so that's crazy.
Exactly. So I was like, nah, man, I'm cool on this other Harlem dude. Like, hey, he's just like another Mace. I'm cool. We already got Mace. But by the time we get to SDE and What Mean the World to You come out, I'm like, all right, bet. This dude is decent. Let me know. Let me know it's popping. And I'm like, all right, dude is cool. And it's just like I pay more attention to him than I would have any other time. Because he was like, yeah, okay, Mace is kind of gone. And What Mean the Word to You is popping. And then hearing the album, I'm like, these joints is decent. You know what I'm saying? And then hearing them on like different posse cuts that's out around the same time, I'm like, all right, this Camron dude is all right. So this makes me pay attention to Cam more than I did at first. And then by the time we get to the Rockefeller albums, I'm all in. But this is when I really started taking Cam serious on SDE.
Okay. So Jones, so when the album comes on, after you've even like, so you call him Diet Mace, you call him the other Harlem guy, but then the intro and then track 2, That's Me comes on. What does that do for you? Like when you hear the Fuck You intro and then That's Me.
I'm surprised actually. I'm like, all right, this is what Buddy been on the whole time, because I didn't listen to Confessions of Fire because I wasn't a big fan of, what was it, Horse and Carrots. Horse and Carrots is just alright to me. Okay. It might be a classic to some, but like 357 is cool. But this is the album where it turns around, and so when I'm listening to it, I'm like, all right, okay, you know what I'm saying? Like these joints ain't bad, and I'm seeing like him showing like the South love, which you rarely ever saw. Which was something else that I thought was like kind of interesting when it came to Cam. So I'm like, I bet, like, dude is somebody to pay attention to. I don't like, he ain't on my list of guys to really like, yo, I'm a Camron fan, but it's like my ears are perked up, my eyebrows are raised. Like, all right, who is Buddy? You know what I'm saying? Type situation.
Gotcha. Okay. So man, I mean to sidebar, I guess real quick. Yo, you thought 357 was just all right?
It was like I got the sample and it was cool. It was like, all right, bet. Like I didn't know enough. This is what I can say. He wasn't connected to nobody I knew in the early years of me getting into rap to where it's like, yo, who is dude? He really spitting? Because out here I wasn't getting access to like Clue tapes or Funkmaster Flex tapes or nothing like that. It was just you show up on Rap City and this is the guy that's running around with Mace, and Mace don't rap on the song. You know what I'm saying? It's like, all right, and from the sound of Buddy at the time, it was like, he cool. Like, I guess I wasn't wowed by nothing he was doing until around 99, 2000. And I'm like, okay, Buddy is decent type of thing.
Wow. Interesting. And I only say that because, I mean, obviously, like, just me being like a lyric listener first, and like, I thought Camron was just like the wildest nigga ever. Like, after I heard 357. Like,
yeah.
Once I really listened to what he was saying, like, cause like I mean, people always say like how like content or whatever is so crazy now, but when I think back to specifically like that was his lead single, like 357 was his single, and yeah, it's the Magnum PI sample or whatever, but he's on his lead single saying, "I go another route. Kidnap your family, make your brother eat your mother out. After I done dug her out. Needle, drug her out. Pillow, smother out. You I give a fuck about. I'm what a thug about." I'm like, wait, what kind of shit is this that we're letting out for a lead single? I was like, yo, this nigga's nuts. And then I ended up hearing songs like Shanghai on the album. I was like, yo, this like this nigga is nuts. And of course, Confessions, of course, but. Fast forwarding, he does it. He doubles down on sports, drugs, and entertainment. On SDE, he's taking it to another level of just like foolery. Like, yo, like I was like, Camron is really like nuts. like this nigga's saying anything.
See, it's funny you say that because I thought Horse and Carriage, up until like this moment, I always thought Horse and Carriage was the lead single, and that was probably why I didn't like really mess with it off top until later. Like 357 was cool. Like I got into it later. I'm like, all right, bet. But like I'll say the Rockefeller Dipset, era, that's my bread and butter Cam. Like to be honest with you, I know some of the old heads, they gonna be like, oh, what did you saying? Confessions of Fire don't even really exist to me. Like I didn't even like fuck with it. I might have listened to that album once and like wasn't paying attention to it when I was hearing it, right? Wow. So just for the sake of my hip hop learningness and getting into the culture, I'm gonna go back and listen to Confessions of Fire. But for me, it really starts with like SDE, and then Come Home With Me, and then it's a roller coaster ride from there.
Okay.
Right. But I do agree with you though. Like listen to him on SDE when I first was here. I'm like, hey man, this Cam dude is a wild ass nigga, man.
Yeah, absolutely. So well. I guess I know where I'm going. I know where you're going when I ask this question, but I'm going to ask it again anyway. Camron's SDE, Jones. Is it the most important sophomore album of all time?
Ooh. No.
Okay.
I'll say no, but it puts him in a great position, right? Like, cause I'll say with that, you at least know that he can make hits, and that's enough for Rockefeller to be like, you know what? Let's go, let's sign him, and that springboards everything after that. Like I said, the whole Dipset family tree from 730, Skull Gang, even SAS. All of that. Purple City, it spawns all of that from there. But most important, I wouldn't say that. Because it's like, it does just enough for people to like pay attention to him, but it doesn't like springboard him off into stardom like Come Home With Me does. You know what I'm saying?
I get you. I get exactly what you're saying. However, I'm still on the fence, Jones. As I remember SDE, I'm thinking like, this quite possibly is the most important sophomore album of all time. And I say that for this reason, because for one reason for sure, it's because Dipset exists and they're on this album. They're just not packaged as such. Like Joel Santana is on this album as just Joel's.
Right, yeah.
Jim Jones now has more than a video role in or you know what I'm saying, from album one. Like now he's actually, you hear his voice. I think Freaky Zeke, I believe, also on this album. The other guys that I believe that were going to be Dipset, Dutch and Spade, they are also on this this album. On the joint Where I'm From. And I think even in the back of the CD cover, and I should run over here and look through these boxes, but we don't have that kind of time. But I believe that he has his everybody has their fists together and his diplomat tattoos on everybody's hand. It's like, Well, and I remember even asking like, yo, Dan, what is the Diplomats like? I was like, I wonder like, what is that? And then of course, I mean, we would learn later, but I say it's the most important because I believe not even the belief, like between SDE and Come Home With Me, you have, Dame Dash officially trying to sign Cam to Rockefeller after being his management for, I think, like a year and a half, like, you know what I'm saying, just under some, like, Harlem shit. Like, this is when Dame is like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Well, yo, we got this rock shit popping. You should pull up. And I believe, and then also, we have Backstage, you know what I'm saying? The soundtrack.
Yeah.
And I believe Cam and Jewels are the only two people that were actually not on the Backstage tour that make the album. Like everybody else was on the Hard Knock Life tour. But I think they have and it might be somebody else. Everybody, please forgive me. Like obviously, like Maya wasn't on there, but it's a Clue mixtape. You know what I'm saying? First and foremost, I forget. Yeah, no, you know what? To say it correctly, the two of the brightest moments on Backstage are from guys that we don't know or are just getting ready to know, and that's Cam and Jewels, and that is Fabulous. Because Fabulous Gotta Be Thug is actually the first time I hear that on the Backstage soundtrack. So I'm going off the heels of that. I'm looking at what literally happens less than 24 months later when Old Boy drops with Joel Santana and Camron in 2001. And I'm sitting here like, well, even though, you know what I'm saying, like that's the official introduction, it's like you hear where they are going as far as the Dipset sound and setup from this album. It was like, how important is it for this album to do well for Cam to get in this position? And of course, I don't have like any great numbers on it, but obviously, What Means the World to You is on this album, as far as Let Me Know is on this album. It's a song with Destiny's Child on this album that they were trying to push. And it's like, okay, this is this gets interesting, but this is why I feel it is so important. Actually, added onto all of that is that Cam knows that in New York he might be a big deal, but he hasn't really separated himself to the point where people give a fuck at a large degree. You know what I'm saying? Like, because this is this is also the first album, the first time people acknowledge that Mace just left and went to Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? Like he even does that on this album. So it's like, for all intended purposes, it's supposed to be over for Cam after this. Like, like your buddy quit rap and he left to be a pastor, and your biggest song has him on it, and you wrote Crush on You, but nobody knows that, and you're not getting placed anymore. The guy that said you nice, Big, he's dead. You're signed you're signed to Un, which now your future label mate gets into a scuffle and stabs him. Like, what are you gonna do? Right, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think this is the most. I would love to see just an interview, a documentary, or anything that Cam could tell us about everything that is sports, drugs, and entertainment, the album, because I think it is probably the most important and definitely the most pivotal time of his career. I would just love to hear from him on that. And just to get a gauge of exactly what was happening in his life and the expectations, even music-wise, you know what I'm saying? Because even in this regard, Jones, even the drug talk picks up at Come Home With Me. So it's almost like he's really not trying to be like a street guy or drug dealer anymore, but like now he kind of has to because he's not making real rap money. So the records ain't selling like that. Yeah. So
now,
go ahead.
Now, I was going to say, just to push back a little bit on what you're saying about it being the greatest sophomore album of all time.
No, not greatest. Most important. Most important. Yes.
I'll say, you might be forgetting about an album called the Marshall Mathers LP. You know what I'm saying? I think that's a little more important than SDE. in terms of like cultural relevance and what it does to the game at the time.
Well, Jones, the Marshall Mathers LP is a diamond album from a guy that just sold triple platinum on his debut. So you're never going to get me to say that Sports, Drugs, and Entertainment is the greater album or is the bigger album, but Eminem's career is not in jeopardy like Camron's is. Like that's why I say the most important sophomore album of all time. Like Eminem, no, don't get me wrong. The content on the Marshall Mathers LP almost lands him in jail, but that sounds like he's still going platinum in a week. We forget a lot because people hate Eminem now. We shit on Eminem every chance we get, but before this album drops, he's in court over it, and so now the anticipation is, what the fuck did he say on this album that has him in court where he can possibly be arrested for it. And as a result of that, it sells 1 million copies in a week. So then let's also not forget, Jones, Eminem already has the Marshall Mathers LP. He already is all over Chronic 2001, and he did the Up in Smoke tour. Eminem doesn't... Yeah.
Doesn't the Up in Smoke tour happen around the time Marshall Mathers LP comes out though?
That's that's 01, right?
Is it 01 or late 2000? Either or, like mid or summer 2000, something like that. Because
I know Exhibit opens that show with Bitch Please, West Side Connection is still there. Like it's possible that they're only doing certain songs for the Marshall Mathers LP. I honestly do believe the Up in Smoke tour hasn't. I believe it happens already because again, he's doing Forgot About Dre. He's doing What's the Difference Between Me and You. He's still, he's doing those joints. Like he's not doing Stan. He's not doing The Way I Am on this tour. Like he's essentially Dr. Dre's hype man, as they do Forgot About Dre, and as they do Guilty Conscience. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? I'm looking at it. I looked it up just to make sure the timeline was accurate. The tour kicks off June 15th. So this is a month after the Marshall Mathers LP drops. Because I think that drops in May, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, it does. Yes. So even better. But still, that tour is booked, Jones. They don't book that world tour. They booked that world tour before his album is even like a thing. Like it's like the paperwork is already done. Ticketmaster know what they about to do. You know what I'm saying? And again, he's already in court, Jones. Like he's in danger of being locked up on the day it drops. So when I say most important, like SDE has to do pretty well, or we don't hear from Camron again.
Oh, it's a wrap, yeah.
Yeah. Eminem, not so much. Eminem could have honestly flopped with the Marshall Mathers LP, but then you know what? And then just maybe we get Detox. You know what I'm saying? Like there's so much other shit that could be happening. Like he's in the Interscope Aftermath, like Optimus Prime machine. Like Snoop is back.
Okay.
Exhibit is there. Hitman, Mailman, Queen Pen, fucking Dre, Cube, and the rest of the West Side. Like, he's so good. Like Eminem doesn't even have to matter when this is all happening. You know what I'm saying? But Cam, different story. Because look, that's May. That's May when the Marshall Mathers LP drops, and Cam is about to drop in September. Like, Let Me Know did not ring off as like outside of probably like the New York region, like the real Slim Shady, Jones. Like, nah. Most important, like, and that's why I say most important, because at this time also, again, Cam is trying to get Joel Santana cracking. And people swear the first time that they ever heard Joel Santana was Old Boy, and he was on 2 or 3 songs before that.
Yeah, that's facts.
You know what I'm saying?
That's facts. Yeah.
So I just want to throw that out there to the people. I mean, look, I can't think of a sophomore album being as important. I mean, I know people talk sophomore jinx and album sales not being, compared to what, but when we really look at Cam's career, like, and the thing is, sports, drugs, and entertainment, that's not like your wildly successful double platinum album with like 4 or 5 singles on it. Like it's not. It's not.
Right. Yeah, you're right.
But yet, he got just enough gas in the tank where people want to hear from this nigga. Like, like, you know what I'm saying? It's
right. Because when you think about it, like he should. Because when you think about it, he shouldn't have. Like the anticipation for the third album or the hype of him joining Rockefeller shouldn't have been there. Just based off like Confessions of Fire. It's like, yeah, you Mace's homie type of thing. But there's a shift. There's a shift between SDE and Come Home With Me.
Yeah. Like
there's a certain shift there, a shift in energy. Because like he's on the label of Charlie Baltimore. Charlie Baltimore ain't doing too great. Nobody really gives a fuck. Right. Entertainment ain't really doing nothing. And it's just like, who is dude? But with SDE, he does make that a slight transition into like being a star.
Yeah. Yeah. It's literally like, hey, this song did well enough for me to give you another look.
Right, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So that's all, you know what I'm saying? No need to really dig into it anymore. Listen, Camron's SDE turns 20. And again, good album, but really not it's not the most amazing thing I've ever heard. But I mean, I do want to. I would love to sit with Cam and talk to him about this period of time because I do think it quite possibly could be the most important sophomore album to an artist of all time. Banging on lunch tables.
You damn right.
So Jones, it looks like Kanye West is back into the good graces of the majority. And I felt this would happen after I seen the Cannon's Class episode with Kanye West, like the parts 1 and 2.
Okay.
Because it does he didn't sound what people would deem as like crazy or out of it or like how he's just like not the person that they spend their hard-earned money on or whatever. But Jones, I'm going to run the risk here of possibly getting my Blac card revoked here or whatever, or like my woke card revoked. But I don't care, Jones, because I think somebody has to say it because it's got to be said.
Okay.
Although I do think that Kanye West has great ideas in the aspect of ownership and owning masters and having the conversations as well as the finances to buy masters is super important, and I think it is a great thing. I am so sick and tired of Black artists, Black people talking about ownership because I never hear about them owning shit. Like, and that's sincere, and that's sincerely my beef. Like, granted, so, and please, I'm looking to be corrected and educated as I talk here, ladies and gentlemen. So please, and Jones, you're in on this too, please.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep it as real as to say this. We've been hearing all this ownership talk from everybody the last 5 or 6, 7 years, maybe, but it's really ramped up the last 3.
Okay. Yeah.
And I want to say, the last time I remember a press release about an artist buying their masters was when Jay-Z bought his.
Right. Yeah. That's a fact.
So I don't want to hear shit from anybody about what they want to do, could do, should do. Like, make the transaction and shut up talking to me, because everybody else seems to be selling a piece of their publishing or still trying to get in a fight for their masters in order to get the money. And it's like,
right.
Like, man, And we're not here to have another contract discussion. Like we've done that, you know what I'm saying, a few times, and that's great. But I'm just over this. We need to own our master stuff. But like, ain't nobody bought one song yet, Jones. Like, what's the holdup?
Man, trust me, I completely feel what you're saying. Like, it is shocking to hear a black man say that in this day and age. But I get where you're coming from, because it just seems like a whole bunch of lip service. Like, I get it. And for me, it seems like lip service, because the artists that I've followed and have thought have been dope for a long time, like the Southern artists, they've been on that wave for a minute. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of disheartening for me to see people just now getting on the owning your own masters. I'm going to be a boss, let's own something. When Master P been doing it since 96. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is not a new concept. And for people to still be getting put in the trick bag of, you know, signing away your masters is interesting to me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Now, I do understand, like, hey, man, people broke and coming from the projects and need bread and all this other stuff. But I think we are too far ahead to be having this discussion still. It still kind of sucks. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But in my mind, I will say we're collectively or consciously, we're adolescents, you know what I'm saying? Teenagers even, maybe, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're still trying to figure this thing out, and we think we know everything, and we don't, and it's like, people have shown you the way prior to. Why are you signing bad deals? Why is Kanye signing away his masters, or portions of his masters, in 05, 06, 07, fam? Like, the renegotiation has already occurred. Where were you then? You know what I'm saying? Right. So, and I do kind of get what you mean when you say, like, I'm sick of the ownership conversation. Then on top of that, when Dame was trying to kick that to people, everybody collectively said he was nuts or he was crazy. Now, even though I didn't agree with the way Dame was saying what he was saying, I knew what he was saying was right, because you do want to own this shit. Like I said, Master P, Rap a Lot. You know what I'm saying? All of them have been trying to tell you for the longest, hey, man, you want to own your shit. Because when it comes down to it, if they want to use it in a movie or commercials or whatever, you get that versus somebody else getting that slice of the pie. You know, so I kind of get what you're saying, man. And it's like, I'll say this, at least with the Cannons class, Kanye didn't come off as nuts as he's been coming off. He seemed real level-headed and had, like, something important to say. Yeah. But then he goes off on these Twitter tangents and, you know, same old yay. You know what I'm saying? Right.
Yeah, man. It's, and you're right. And I think that's, like, now I think the thing is, it's like, we just like what he has to say about it now. Again, the anti-conversation, it never dies. Like, Kanye loves to be the anti, the opposer. Mm-hmm. Like he loves to be the opponent. He's never with the wave or with the grain or whatever other phrase you would like to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, but yeah, it is weird to me that while in 2005 to 2007, when he was obviously the biggest act in music, that he didn't. He was amending the agreement to basically not be in the ownership position of his catalog then. Like to me by 05, I was like, well, I think you had the money to get College Dropout, let's say at least, you know what I'm saying? And after the Glow in the Dark tour, I think you could have afforded to have late registration. Like if I just feel that way, you know what I'm saying? Like, or if nothing else, you buy all your hit Jay-Z singles or something, you know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
But you know, and that's that's kind of my dilemma with this, Jones. It's like, you know, everybody now the woke thing to do is ownership, and that's the problem for me. Like, why is smart business practices becoming trendy? Like, not a lifestyle, not a way to conduct yourself, but a trend.
Right. Yeah.
And that is my absolute beef, like right now. Like everybody talking like I want to be a boss, I want to own, and it's like, okay, cool, but do you know why you even want to do it? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was just having this conversation with my coworkers earlier today. I was like, everybody's talking this boss, CEO, ownership, entrepreneurship shit, and I'm not saying it's not important, but some people don't even realize that they're not business owners.
Right.
They're not cut out for it. Like they're cut out to be franchisers.
Yep.
Or venture capitalists or just investors. Like, you know a good idea when you hear it, so you want to put some money into it to make it grow and get a kickback. Or you know that product is ill, so you want to have your own version of that product where you live. Like a lot of us are not built to have an idea, create the product or service, and then package that and put it to people so you can get money. Like, because it's not a game for everybody. It's just not. And like, everybody can't be a boss, but everybody will be a worker. Like everybody will be a worker. It doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Like the CEOs are workers too. A lot of people are trying to be CEOs because they think that they're gonna just take vacations and pull up and see how the business is going. Newsflash, bucko, you need to hire employees. And if you can't afford employees, you got to put in the work until you can afford some. So we do all of this talking, and now the new talk is the aspect of owning your masters. And the thing is, and like you said, Jones, it's not a new conversation. Like, the people that we refused to listen to because they didn't have the right rollie on, or they didn't buy the Phantom or the Bugatti, are the people that we weren't listening to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like while Master P was selling us ugly album covers and ugly sneakers, he was also 100% owner of everything that he was pumping out of the No Limit tank. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
While people were shitting on Dame because of not being with Jay-Z and being on Def Jam and how nobody wanted to sign the Dame Dash Music Group, he was also like, hey, listen, man. He was also the 50% owner or 33% owner of the Reasonable Doubt album. Like, you know what I'm saying? And he gave up the name in order to keep the masters for that album. He was like, yo, I'm not giving up my blood, sweat, and tears that I also put it on this album. But here, you know what? The Rockefeller name means that much to you? Okay, well, then so be it. Well, then fuck all that. That's corny to argue over that. So, you know what I'm saying? Like,
bro,
it's never been that.
Bro, I even go a step further. Jay-Z has owned his masters since, I want to say, the late 2000s, at least.
No, I'm sorry, I was just blowing my nose. Go ahead.
Nah, he's owned his master since at least the late 2000s, and this is around the time the whole Big Brother is Big's brother conversation is going on. Yep. So you mean to tell me you didn't pay attention to none of that shit?
Right.
Jay-Z is literally the biggest rapper in the game. You haven't listened to him tell you at all that owning your own masters is important.
Right.
Like, at least through the story of the Rockefeller breakup, would at least give you some clue that, this means something. This is important. Right. And just now, this is the wave. I don't get it.
Yeah, man. So it's like I'm here for the cause, and I'm here for the execution. I'm just super tired of the conversation, man, because now, and now, you know what I'm saying, I also just get upset because now everybody think they got a hit record, and now everybody that's recording in the crib that's uploading their shit through TuneCore DistroKid is so gung-ho about telling us how they own that master. Nobody's bought this shit. Shut up talking to me. Like, I don't...
Of course you own it.
Right, like people don't even know it's for sale, bro. Like, shut up. Like, yeah. I just get tired of important shit becoming trendy. And then it becomes an oversaturated conversation that leads to no real execution or process.
Man, dude.
Or progress, I should say. Yes, progress. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I agree with you 1,000% on that one, man.
So artists, Kanye, Kendrick Cole, Wale, everybody, Big Sean, everybody. If you really about it, look, just buy the shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Stop trying to impress us with things. and women that you've purchased for the weekend to kick it with you or whatever you're into. Buy your fucking masters. Like if it's that real, then do the shit. Like,
because that's the biggest flex.
Right. Yeah. Right. Because right now that would be the biggest flex, especially. Like it's like, yo, we don't want to see stars on the roofs of cars. We don't want to see Lambos no more. Apparently, we want to see the contract that says that you own the masters to your albums. You know what I'm saying?
Because what's that ticket looking like? And that's a boss move all at the same time.
Right, exactly. But you know, I mean, also with that, Jones, I think what's also real is if this is going to be the conversation, maybe we will really start understanding how much people's artist masters cost. Because, you know, there'd be a lot of big money talk on these records. There'd be a lot of big money showing on the Gram Jones. But maybe, just maybe, a lot of these cats' masters ain't even worth 8 figures.
Ooh.
Maybe, man, I'm just saying maybe not, especially in the streaming era, where we're like 15,000 streams of an album equal 1 sale.
Ooh,
yeah. So like something crazy like that. So yeah, like man, so if the master for one of your best albums is only $10 million, you're trying to act like you ain't got it, then who are you talking to?
Like exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Let's be aware of things like that. So yeah, man. Hey, listen, man. I'm not here to talk down on anybody, man. I just want to see execution. I want to see execution. If it's that real, then let's freaking execute in the process. That's my only beef.
Yeah, man.
Banging on lunch tables.
You damn right.
New music came out, Jones.
Yes, sir.
I only listened to one album. And it was the Moneybag Yo and Blac Youngsta Cold Red album. As you know, as well as probably our audience here, they've been listening for a while. I'm really big on Moneybag Yo, like the artist, like he cold. Like Moneybag Yo was cold, and I always get a good laugh out of Blac Youngsters. So over all that to say, yo, this Cold Red album is pretty dope, man. I like it. They some wild Memphis niggas, boy, and they doing wild Memphis gangster music, man. It's so funny. I forgot the young lady Arby was Moneybag Yo's girl, but then again, I don't know now. I mean, I don't know other people's relationships, are none of my business. But the fact that he has her voicemails as a feature on the song, it's the funniest shit I think I've seen in this era, as far as guys using women and voicemails for tracks. Like, it's the funniest shit.
Man, look, and he keeping them paid at the same time.
Right,
because you gotta pay him for that feature.
Right, you know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, Moneybag Yo was ruthless, man. That guy is, but like, yo, he's brilliant, man. I think I don't know what it's gonna take for people to hear, see, or understand that, but yo, Moneybag Yo gets busy. I think Blac Youngsta is better than we want to give him credit for. But yo,
that's
man,
true.
You know what I'm saying? But Yo Gotti definitely did a great service. In picking up both Moneybag Yo and Blac Youngsta, even though I'm sure, Young Dolph would disagree. But but I will say that I think out of the cluster of new Memphis rappers, I think he still has the best one, even though I am high on Key Glock as well.
Okay. Man, I'm not mad at that take, man, because I did enjoy the album myself, man. I thought Cold Red was pretty decent. Like, I was actually pleasantly surprised listening to it. And, like, just to hear an introspective track from Blac Youngsta was interesting and funny at the same time, because it was something I wasn't looking for, but I was like, damn, that was a pleasant surprise. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But, man, I love that chemistry. Of course, the beats, the gangster shit they kicking, like that wild Memphis shit, I loved every minute of it. So I actually did enjoy Cold Red, man. I like that album a lot.
Yeah. Banging on lunch tables.
You damn right.
Jones, even though this is supposed to be the part of the show where we talk about, new albums and other songs, I actually just want to express some disappointment, honestly.
Okay.
That's kind of where I'm at right now.
Shit.
Yeah, man. Listen, man, Busta Rhymes is easily one of my favorite rappers ever.
Okay.
Okay, I consider Busta Rhymes to even be a hip hop influence. You know what I'm saying? Busta Rhymes is also a Taurus, Jones. He's born on May 19th. Our birthdays are 4 days apart, and I try to never disrespect a fellow Taurus unless they definitely deserve it. And that's not saying that I'm going to disrespect Busta Rhymes right now, but I will express my disappointment.
Okay.
And Jones, for the, I believe it's the third or fourth time here, I have heard a new song from Busta Rhymes. This one being the single with Anderson .Paak, "You," and I absolutely do not like it. Like I think the song is not good, Jones.
Not good. So you're not geeked for the new Extinction Level Event album, man?
No, matter of fact, there's no way this could be Extinction Level Event level, like at all. Like this level of Busta Rhymes should be extinct. There doesn't need to be an event around it, but this is nowhere near Extinction Level Event quality or caliber music that I am hearing from Busta Rhymes, Jones, and I am very disappointed.
Man, at least Big Bang Theory, man.
Jones, you know I don't like that album at all. So
right, I know.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, but you know what? You know what? I tried to give that album a listen. I think I got the track 4 and was like, oh, I just had to turn it off. But at the end of the day, there was like 3 on there. But Jones, he's like 0 for 4 on singles. Jones, like, I don't like the song with Trippie Redd. I don't like that Jamaican song or Caribbean song. I'm sorry.
Right.
I mean, Caribbean, Jamaica. I think it's all the same. I'm sorry. That's not to be disrespectful. The one with Vibes Cartel, though, that's the joint. And I don't like this one. There's some other joint that came out too, and I'm like, yo, man, this is not it. Like, this is not it.
Not feeling it, huh?
No, absolutely not. Like, I'm going to listen to the album because I'm supposed to, as just a fan and a supporter of hip hop and Busta Rhymes. But this is shaping up to be probably one of the most heartbreaking releases for me personally from an artist I actually love and respect.
Oh no!
Yeah, hey, listen, Jones. I am just being honest here. I'm just being honest. Like 0 for 4, and for anybody wants to say things like, say something goofy like, oh, you just want to hear woo-ha, I got you all in check, or everything remains raw again. No, I don't. I absolutely don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just want to hear better music than this. You know, like as a person that wasn't a fan of the What's It Going to Be to the level that all of you casual Busta Rhymes fans when Busta and Jenna dropped that, like that's the song I like the least on that entire album. I actually would have pulled more for the song with him and Ozzy Osbourne to be released as a single and not that one. So
that's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? Right. You know what I'm saying? Like party is going over here, tear the roof off. Like, I mean, there's way other songs that were way better than me. Janet Jackson is just sexy. Janet Jackson is everybody's. We wish we all lost our virginity to Janet Jackson, and she's, you know what I'm saying. And it was a really dope video, but that song never did anything for me personally. And even though that song never did anything for me personally, Jones, that song is 1,000 miles away better than every single song that Busta Rhymes has put out in the year 2020, Jones.
Yikes, man.
Yeah, man, I'm sorry. This ain't it, bro. I don't even know who he's targeting with this at this point. Because even the aspect of being nostalgia is not working on me for Busta Rhymes right now.
Right. I was trying to figure out, like, what is the angle to all of these joints that he's put out? Like, I've heard a couple, and they was at most cool, but I just chalked it up to, like, this ain't his era no more. He's doing whatever the fuck else Busta Rhymes has been doing,
Hey, but Jones, this ain't Method Man eras either.
And he's smoking joints out here.
Yeah, he's smoking joints. He smoked math in the fucking battle, the produced battle shit. Like, Method Man is all, like, 50 years old and is rapping like he's still 24, Jones. Matter of fact, he's like, I want to say, and maybe it's the working out and the clean eating, Method Man sounds better than ever right now.
Yes.
Jones.
Yeah, that's a fact.
So I don't get it, but this just ain't it, bro. Yo, I mean, and I'm saying that out of sincere respect for Busta Rhymes, and I mean because I mean, hey, you know what? Regardless of of why he's creating or what he's creating for, be clear, I am his demo. I have hard
Yeah.
copies of absolutely every one of his studio albums. I have all of them from The Coming all the way to The Big Bang, which I did not like, but I still kept it. So so I am the demo, and this ain't it.
Dude. I wonder, I really just wonder, what's his old angle with it? Is he going the grown man bars route? What is the message that, he's trying to convey now? I guess I'm saying, what is it?
And you know what, Jones? I mean, and maybe I missed it, but I didn't hear one fucking message either. I didn't hear one. I didn't learn anything from Busta Rhymes on these songs either. The rapping was just not top shelf. Unfortunately, Jones, moments like this, when songs like that come out, now when people say, "Man, Busta Rhymes ain't that hot," I gotta shut the fuck up.
Oh.
I got to because the thing is well, yeah, he ain't coming with heat. These songs aren't good. So now, if people were to discredit When Disaster Strikes, or if they were to discredit Extinction Level Event, or The Coming, Anarchy, It Ain't Safe No More, Genesis, if any other album gets discredited, and they can be like, well, look, well, listen to him now, he still ain't rapping about shit. You know what I'm saying? It's the exact same argument that I use for Wayne. I was you know what? I've never really fucked with that shit, and now you agree that he ain't rapping about shit either. So.
Right, yeah.
So I mean, hey, look, I'm just being consistent with the arguments that even I set people up to fail in. You know what I mean?
At least he's honest, folks. At least he's honest.
Absolutely, every single time, man. So hey, Busta, man. I mean, for real, as a fan, dude, hey, do something else. This ain't it. I'm sorry. This is not it. I love you. I'm sorry. This is not it. Right.
Yeah.
Banging on lunch tables.
You damn right.
Final words before we get up out of here, Jones.
Oh man, we kind of blazed through the new music section real quick.
Oh, yeah.
I'll tell y'all this, man. That Armani Caesar, Griselda strikes again, fam. The month of Griselda, because I think it's Conway, Armani. I think Westside is coming up, and Benny all in this month, adding the Boldy James Versace tape. Yeah. These motherfuckers are on a roll, fam. I know I stated it last year on Facebook, and people was trying to say, "Oh, this is just a Mike Jones likes Griselda post." Nah, man, that label is that might be the best label. I know they're not the hottest. They're not OVO. They're not Dreamville. Mm-hmm. But to me, they might have surpassed TDE. Because TDE takes a little too long to put out the shit that I want to hear, which is cool. I get it. Some people are cooking soul food a different way. It takes them hours. It takes them hours. It's on the slow simmer. I get it. But Griselda is consistently cranking out shit that's dope. And Armani Caesar is another one, man. I really, 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 really enjoy her project. More than I've enjoyed a woman-led hip-hop project in a minute. I just think, just to keep it a buck, and this is not Griselda bias, her beats are raw, her rhymes are dope, she really kicking some hard shit. Mm-hmm. So, if you haven't fucked with it, go listen to that Armani Caesar, The Liz. It's really worth it, man. She's a great addition to the Griselda fam, straight up.
I honestly do have to listen to that album. Because I forgot it came out. Because but your other girl who's supposed to be the greatest woman rapper alive, Jones or Rhapsody, put out a track. I mean, I haven't listened to it, but I figured I haven't even seen people talking about it, and I won't call people out on their bullshit yet. But I do want to just make knowledge of that. Rhapsody is still dropping, and y'all still and y'all still are complaining about women in rap. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, man, dude. It's so crazy to me, man, because like there's something for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
You niggas just ain't listening. We've been advocates of women in rap since the podcast is kicked off.
Yeah.
So we've been there since the beginning trying to tell you niggas that it's dope shit out here.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all motherfuckers, you're really lacking now. If you're complaining about women in hip hop, like, what are we, like 2 months past WAP? If you're still complaining about that fucking song, man, not only do you need to go out and get some pussy, you need to listen to better hip hop, fam, because your taste and level is severely lacking in more ways than one, and your slip is showing, basically, man. I'm just throwing it like that. That's my final word. Fuck it. That's my final word.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, no, hey Jones, I'm glad you. I'm glad I get the piggyback of your final word because that's where I was going. If you were a person that spoke down on Cardi B this past week, you a sucker.
Yep.
Like
straight up.
Like period. Like I've never. You know what? At Jones, we live in a time where it's obvious that so many people ain't quote living they raps.
Nah.
Whether it's drugs and the uses of drugs or the selling of it, your actual rap sheet as far as criminal history and behavior. Hell, I mean that there's industry gangbangers, like people that purposely wear blue or red bandanas for the purpose of selling an album. And for the most part, we don't say anything. You know, when you got situations like with Rainbow Bright, who likes to play with real kids and real hoods that would really kill him if they really got a hold of him, or if he was really where they were. We get online, you know, and we talk a little bit, but there's still some people that are championing that, you know, men and women. They're like, no, but he's doing the right thing, because if you were trying to fuck the child of my mother, or the mother of my child, then I would.
Right.
I would tell the police on you too, and goofy shit like that. It's like, okay, cool.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yep. So we even get people to champion in that. But Jones, when it was announced that Offset and Cardi B filed for divorce from Offset, now everybody swear that Cardi B pussy trash. And and I'm like, who the fuck are you? Just like you want to talk about some shit you really don't know about? Like, you really don't know if Cardi got some good pussy or not. You don't. Like, you don't. Nah.
And I can tell you this, man. For one, they've never really cheated or got bitches, because for them to say, oh, well, her pussy must not be all that if he was still cheating, that ain't got a fucking thing to do with infidelity. As a former cheating ass nigga, trust me, man. Like I ain't afraid to say it. I fucked 2 different people in one day. One of them was my girlfriend. The other was my side chick. Love and good pussy ain't had nothing to do with it.
Thank you.
Know what I'm saying?
Like, dog. Hey, listen. Like, for a lot of y'all don't even realize y'all sound like y'all only had 3 sexual partners in your entire life.
Man, come on, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
You're preaching right now.
You know what I'm saying? Like you had 3 and you only satisfied 1, so you don't know shit about anything that has to do with this. Like, I am so sick of, like, women, I'm sick of them saying the shit too, but men especially, like, who are you to say that woman box ain't fire? Because and Jones, because she filed for divorce.
Man,
like,
you see what happens when you don't cook and you don't clean.
Right. I'm like, she's taking the WAP away. Like, am I the only one that's reading the headline correctly?
Dude,
it didn't. like Shade Room didn't show Offset posted up with another chick. It said Cardi B files for divorce. That means the WAP is packing up and bouncing out.
She taking the WAP with her.
Yeah, like, and I want to be clear, like, nobody's seen him on social media since that announcement.
Right.
Like, so yo, I mean, hey, I know this dyslexia is real, but get it fixed. Get it fixed, please. Because, but y'all sound like such fucking clowns. Like, every day, I'm like, okay, so now I can't listen to the song? Fuck all that. I listened to that shit 2 days straight, and that shit still does the same thing to me as it did the first day I listened to it. I'm not saying that Megan or Cardi ain't got that fire. I'm going to leave my other comment out of this show right now, right here. But, God, y'all some suckers. The fact that y'all speaking on a woman's vagina because she filed for divorce is the clownish, suckerish, bitch-ass, hoe-ass, trick-ass shit I've ever heard. This is not the way to kick off a new decade. Y'all some hoes. Y'all some bitches. Shut the fuck up.
Hey, man, I could just tell from their conversation. I know who would have been Melvin in the Players Club. You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
You one of them niggas. Oh, right. I just want to make sure you got home safe. Right. Ass nigga. I know, I get it. I get it.
Exactly.
You finger banged the chick in freshman year and thought y'all was in love. I understand, right. Man. I get it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, talk to these suckers, Jones. Like, straight up, man. Talk to these fucking suckers, bro. Like, a lot of y'all still collecting panties and don't wash them in a separate drawer, man, because you know you don't get that. You don't get that taste of that experience monthly, let alone like every day of your life. Y'all some fucking virgins. I'm sick of you niggas, man. Y'all some fucking virgins. Y'all born again virgins. You online. You talking all this bullshit. You don't got no woman. Ain't no bitches in your inbox or any ladies or tricks, trucks, slamps, girls, anything. Nothing. Nothing's in your inbox.
Nothing.
like all y'all doing is in a bunch of hey WIDs and ain't nobody responding to that bullshit you trying to kick. You socially awkward, like chicks don't like you in person, you not fly, you not cool, and that's why you online talking about how some other woman's vagina ain't fire that you'll never get a chance to smell, nigga. Shut up, nigga.
Just like that, banging on lunch tables, goddammit.
You know what I'm saying? Man, look, I spend too much time talking on clowns. We just gonna move forward. Hey, we thank y'all for tuning into this show this week.
Yes, sir.
We definitely enjoy bringing it to you every single week. Don't be a suck-ass nigga talking about another woman's vagina that you've never even seen nor tasted. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
Or felt for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just, it's not player, but it's just not cool. Like y'all not cool.
Yeah.
I think we I'm not going the whole bully route, the whole you can't sit with us, but I think it's time, Jones, that we definitely, especially going to the new year, acknowledging when shit just ain't cool.
Yeah.
Like, hey, it's not cool. It's not cool for you to speak on a woman's vagina that you don't even have contact with. You know what I mean? Like, it's just not.
And you know what? The one good thing I can say about these sucker niggas is that it's not permanent, man. You can stop that shit immediately.
Yes.
You can right the ship right now. You can turn that shit around. You can look at yourself in the mirror and be like, you know what? That was some sucker shit.
Yeah.
I can do better and be better. Come on, man.
Absolutely, man. And with the right information provided in your life, you will realize that being a sucker is a choice.
And look, and the doors of the church are open, man. Come on down.
You know what I'm saying?
You ain't got to do that, man.
You know what I'm saying? Cleanse your soul of that sucker shit, man.
Hey,
you know
come on.
Like, man, we here for that. We here for just cash out us your tithes and offering. And so instead spending on some fuck shit that ain't cool. You know?
On the real.
Hey, man, but again, we thank y'all, man, and never forget when you listen to this show that it is fans over critics.
Yes, sir.
It is support what you love instead of bashing what you hate.
It is.
And we always want you to be safe, be humble, and live hip-hop.
That's right, goddammit.
It's the Banging on Lunch Tables podcast with Camp from the Port.
Mike Jones.
And we are out.
Yeah.